What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to your weekly energy report. I am going live here on Instagram too, so we can get this party started. And what's up, Instagram family? I hope you guys are doing well out there. What an intense and interesting week we have going on. What's up, Crystal? Look at you, the first one on there. Fucking love it. Love your dedication. Rock. Oh man, well, what a week we have here. So much going on. I'm gonna bring you guys deep in the energy and the charts and see what's up. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. We are in for a ride, guys. This week is setting the foundation for the rest of the year, but really, essentially, what's up, guys, for the rest of our lives. I mean, so let's take a overall let's take an overall look at 2020. Right, we had the Saturn Pluto conjunction at the beginning of the year, which really, hell yeah, I am so glad that you get to tune in too this time. Yes, what's going on? All right, everybody's in the house today. Hell yeah, love it. I am also on YouTube. What's up, Belinda? How you doing? Nice to see you on here. Thank you guys for showing up. I love and appreciate you all so very much. Wow, showing the love, man. You guys fucking rock. So at the start of the year, we had the Saturn Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, right? And that set off this whole like unearthing of this darkness. And of course, 2020 has been 2020 vision, right? It's been clearing everything out. And on the outside, it's been looking really nasty, really fucked up, really shitty, all this stuff going wrong. But in reality, it's been there the whole time. We've just been, unaware of it. So all this stuff that has been unaware is coming to the surface, and that's essentially what darkness is, right? Darkness is just what is hidden. So as the things that are hidden are coming to light, we are becoming privy to the truth and acknowledging what is really going on in our lives, in the world, everywhere, in humanity. And as this continues to, go on and, and expand, each significant aspect we've had this year is, think of it as like a different perspective or a different aspect of our consciousness that's coming to light, right? So Saturn and Pluto, depending on where that is in your chart, that's going to be bringing that up, right? Can't hear me. Okay, let's see here. Oh, volume's all the way up. I got this. Let's see here. All right, can you guys hear me now? Better? All right, hopefully you guys can hear me now. If you can't hear me on Instagram, go over to YouTube, because I'm also on YouTube. I got the cool ass background on my YouTube. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much. So with all this stuff being uncovered and going on, all right, awesome. Thank you. We are entering this week into the most dynamic and intense and deep part of this year, to be honest. Okay, we have tomorrow we have Mars going retrograde. Now, Mars going retrograde in its home sign. We haven't seen this since 1988. But on top of that, it is going to be squaring Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter throughout the next 3 months. So this is really, earlier in the year, we had Venus go retrograde. I'm happy you like the background. Earlier this year, we had Venus go retrograde, right? And that was purifying and bringing up all of the divine feminine. So fire and brimstone in Colorado, dude, there is fires going on. There's natural disasters going on all over the world. I'm praying and holding space for all you guys that are experiencing all this stuff. I'm grateful that I haven't, really been directly affected by it, but indirectly, I think everyone is being affected in one way, shape, or form. I mean, we have animals dying all over the world. We have the world has gone mad. It's madness right now. But think of it this way: all this madness has been stuffed underneath the ground, like underneath the collective consciousness surface. It's coming up. we are experiencing aspects that have not happened in thousands of years, and there's more to come too. All right, we have come here for a reason. Right now, we have all chosen to be here right now in order to be able to bring the collective consciousness to the age of Aquarius. So what does that even really mean? The age of Pisces basically started with Jesus Christ, right? Jesus Christ came and he taught about the heart chakra. He taught about love. It was a very dualistic. It was very like, this is what, it was like ethics and morals. This is what good and bad means. This is what right and wrong means. This is like, happy and sad. All these different aspects of our consciousness that we've created in the last 2,000 years have been developed through the age of Pisces. So, and it's been a very patriarchal kind of a civilization. Literally, our humanity, our civilization is shifting. Okay, the process of raising your consciousness was not even a thing until about maybe at a maximum 100 years ago, around the Nikola Tesla times. But even then, it's always been suppressed because the powers that be want to keep control. But now in the last 20, 30 years, it's all coming out. They can't stop the flow, yo. They cannot stop it. So all this stuff is coming out now because we are at the threshold, my friends. Everyone is coming out of this fog of duality. And the age of Aquarius is essentially merging us into a higher vibration with our higher selves, activating DNA, bringing us into this new age of how we think, of how we live, of how we be, right? It's going to be more communal. It's going to be more bartering. Like, everyone on this planet has a gift. Some acknowledge it, some don't. That's the difference, right? Some people are stuck in their shadow. Some people are exploring, who they are at a higher level. I think more and more people are starting to explore who they are. And this is where, all the star seeds and light workers and empaths are coming into play. So with what is going on right now, okay, this week, we are activating the divine masculine aspect of all this energy. And this divine masculine aspect is going to go through a very, very deep, intense power washing, if you will, all right, in our consciousness collectively. So this is where, basically the masculine aspects of our ego, which are the most like on the surface, this is where everybody sees all the stuff, right? And this is for men and women, but this is where we go out and, if it's ego-driven desire, if it's ego-driven shit, it's going to be called out. And with Mars going retrograde, this is looking within to look and identify and see all these ego-driven desires, because here, when Mars goes retrograde, especially in its home sign, okay, this is looking within and reflecting on the ego-driven desires. This energy is going to be similar to a Saturn return collectively. Now, we've already been going through like a Saturn return since the beginning of the year with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, then the Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions. There's 3 of them, and we're coming into the 3rd one here in November. All right, these are all sandwiching onto it. It's like an Oreo cookie of fucking madness, but it's also expansive and expressing and cleaning out all the gunk, cleaning out the closet. The entire fucking world is cleaning out the closet. Okay, so as we clean out the closet, this next 3 months is going to really expose all the deepest, nastiest, darkest shit that's still hidden and bring it out to the light to be fucking cleaned out. All right, now it all depends on what perspective you have, on how you feel about this, right? What's up, Tiffany? What's up, Dustin, Belinda, Natasha? It all depends on how you feel about this. It all depends on where you're at in your own life, right? So basically, starting tomorrow, it's go time. It's go time to look within, and every decision we make, every thought we have, every emotion we feel, it's going to be cross-referenced with, is this an egoic emotion, thought, thing, feeling, desire? Or is it spirit, right? So with that question in our mind, all right, so if you've been doing the work, and look, when I say work, I mean shadow work, right? The shadow work is what's really, really going to pay off right now, because facing that masculine shit is not easy. All right. Um, the masculine gunk. Hey, what's up, girl? What's up, poetic? Damn, everybody's in the house today. What's up, guys? Um, this is going to be really deep, and the way that we're going to process this is going to be our decision. We're going to have to make a decision. Do we want what's for our highest and best good? We have to trust, and the more that we trust, the less we control. Because, like, look, let's face it, control is an ego dynamic, right? Now, that control dynamic is based in Saturnian energy, right? So this Saturnian energy is being let go, it's being released. And it just so happens that this month, Saturn is basically stationed. It's not fucking moving. And it's going to be square to Mars, which is basically stationed. Okay. It takes a little while, because Mars only goes retrograde every about 2 years. So when it stations, it slows down and it takes a long time to get going again. So these squares between Aries and Capricorn are going to be massively purgative, massively cathartic. And as we're feeling it, as we're facing it, it's going to be abrasive. It's going to be intense. Now, with all this stuff going on, like, honestly, I personally feel like this is a good thing. These are going to be, very promising, opportunistic times. As long as we trust, we have faith, and we stick to what our spirit wants. If we attempt to push through, to use willpower as opposed to inspiration, if we attempt to force anything, we are going to get our asses handed to us. Okay? We need to make sure that we're allowing. So this is why, all this work that we've been doing up until this point, it's all going to be put to the test. But this test, if you've been doing the work, not saying it's going to be a breeze. I'm saying that our passion is going to be amplified. Now, what is passion, right? Are you passionately pissed off? Are you passionately frustrated? Are you passionately, not listening? Are you like we see that a lot. A lot of people out there in the world are just, doing dumb, like ignorance. How do you take action without control? Well, interesting. That's a good question. You take action based on faith. It's an intention. Really, that's the bottom line. Taking action does not require control. Taking action just requires movement. It requires action, right? Inspiration, exactly, Robin. So this is where, we're going to be seeing the differentiation between the ego and the spirit. And it's going to become painfully fucking obvious. All right. Now, we also, this week, we do have a very beautiful aspect going on between the sun and, in fact, tomorrow, it's exact, the sun trine Jupiter. And then the sun's going to be trining Pluto and Saturn as well. So with all this intense shit going on, we have, an internal light shining, which is basically the way that I read this is that it's going to activate or magnify the energy of the spirit. So our ego is still there, of course, right? The ego is not a bad thing, guys. The ego is necessary. It's how we individuate ourselves, how we bring it out. Like, my egoic, character archetype is a spiritual bodybuilder. But I'm just like you. I have certain things that I like, certain things that I don't like. That's how I differentiate myself, right? But yes, Mars is going to be retrograde for the election. And there's also some other crazy shit going on right around that time too, which I'm going to get into here in a little bit. So look, we must embrace the higher vibration of our divine masculine in order to optimize the effects of this Mars retrograde. Okay. Now, earlier, I believe it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was talking about, it was during my September monthly energy report. I was saying, don't start a business or don't try to start anything new. Okay. I want to dive deeper into that because this is very important to get into. It's not about, we want to make sure that like if we have an idea, that we're creating something new, we don't want to just take something that we've just thought about and put it into effect. Like if we've been thinking of it for 6 months, a year, and then things just start finally like flowing and following through, go with it. All right. If you've had planned to go to school or, you know, start some kind of new job, then go with that. Okay. But what you don't want to do, because when Mars goes retrograde, we're going within and we're doing a lot of internal cleansing, internal clearing. So the glasses in which we are seeing things are a little skewed. Now, that's not good or bad. Okay. We put good or bad into it, but it just depends. It depends on what you're seeing. And this is going to be a more like internal shifting dialogue. So as you're navigating the process of these thoughts, of these feelings, of these experiences, okay, as you're navigating it, it's important to just look within and keep yourself in check. Is this an egoic desire, or is this is this my spirit? Is this my heart telling me what I want to do? Okay. Are you afraid? Okay. A lot of fears are going to be coming up. And now look, fear, false evidence appearing real. It's our shadow. It's the unknown. Really, that's all the darkness is, guys. So this is going to be a great opportunity for us to look at the darkness and just stand in our strength and be honest with ourselves, okay? Say, for example, you're in a relationship, right? And, you know, you're having these feelings, you're having these thoughts, and you don't know why. Well, if you're in a healthy relationship and you want to optimize it, make the best of it, you're not going to sit there in your head and be like, fuck, like, so maybe like you're feeling tempted to go cheat or like go be with somebody else, or you see, you know, like you're feeling attracted to someone else, okay? And your sex drive is all over the place because Mars is passion, you know, sex drive, 100%. All right. Mars likes to penetrate. So what are you going to do? Are you going to shut it down? And you're going to get weird because they're going to feel that. And then they're going to get, you know, awkward. Or are you going to tell them, hey, look, I'm feeling this. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I love you and I want to communicate with you. And let's figure this out. Let's work together. Okay. A healthy relationship, you should be able to talk about things like this and it not be a problem. And in fact, if it's a healthy relationship, you talk about something like that, it's going to bring you together more. It is the avoidance of the darkness that is the problem. So make sure that you're facing the darkness, facing that unknown in a way that is non-judgmental, that is curious, all right? And that is open, having faith. This is all about trusting and having faith. All right. Any relationships that are like narcissistic and you know, with empaths, those relationships are gonna fucking explode and get and go their separate ways during this period of time. They are not gonna last through this. Okay, and that's a good thing because look, if you're stuck in a narcissist empath relationship, that shit is dysfunctional as fuck. That is not healthy. It's not good. Okay, this narcissism is coming out. It's coming out to be purged, to be processed. It's cathartic. Now, of course, from the outside looking in, when this happens, it looks really bad. It looks really shitty. Okay. But it is not. It has to come out to be clear, to be purified. So, you know, we all come together to learn, like, you know, the biggest things that we learn in life are from our relationships, right? And when we learn something from our relationships, you know, once the lesson is done, then we go our separate ways and that's it. So it's the resistance that keeps us bound to it. So stop resisting the shit. Okay. And this is going to make it so you cannot resist it anymore. So just let it go. Let it go. This is going to bring up all these kind of energies, guys. Okay. But remember, this is allowing us to create freedom. Now, think back, we had this Jupiter conjunct Pluto, right? Now, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto have all been in a, you know, loose orb conjunction basically this entire year. That has been 2020. Okay. And we haven't seen this. I would have to, somewhere around 1,000, 1,500 years ago. I don't know exactly. I know the Saturn Pluto conjunction happened in was it Martin Luther activated the Protestant church. The time frame has escaped me, but it's been a long fucking time. Okay, and we don't even know when Jupiter. I would say it's probably a couple thousand years. All right, with all these other aspects going on top of that. All right, this is just purging and purging and purging. Now, we had Jupiter conjunct Pluto April 5th. That was the first one, right? And once that happened, that was when everything started getting ridiculous. That's when like the whole like mask mandate started happening and all these, you know, rushes to create a vaccine and all these different things going on with all these aspects regarding the whole, you know, CV19 thing. Okay. Then June 30th hit. Okay. That was when Jupiter and Pluto were both retrograde and they conjuncted again. So what happened at the end of June, beginning of July in your life? Think about that. Okay. So now this week, at the very end of the week on the 13th, Jupiter will be going direct. Hallelujah. All right. This is good. This is great. So between the Saturn trine Jupiter with basically Jupiter being stopped in the sky, it's shining a light on that area. So this is, yes, it's digging deeper into the Capricornian energy. It's bringing it up. It's pushing it out. But when Jupiter goes direct, now it can move forward. Okay. We've been digging way deep inside, deeper than we ever have in our entire fucking lives. And now it's time to bring it up and bring it out and go forward. This is strength. This is depth. This is perseverance. This is inspiration. This is opening the heart. All right. The Sun trine Jupiter is one of the best aspects in astrology ever. And with it happening while Jupiter is stationed to go direct, it is like this catapult energy. All right, let's go. So this is going to give us some clarity, some inspiration, some direction, some let's fucking get it done, man. Right? Let's fucking go. And then, you know, we want to go, but there's still that other part that is like, we want to go, but we still got to learn this little part over here. And that's the Mars Saturn square, right? So that is going to be sort of, thinking of it like a chord, or like the image that comes into my mind right now is like in the movie Aquaman, when he's like telling him he wants, when Aquaman gets captured by, you know, down in Atlantis, and the reigning king wants to, you know, fight him, and he has no idea what he's doing, right? But he's determined. He's like, bring it. And he like flies up and he's like, let's go, I'll beat your ass. And he's like, okay, we're gonna go to the Ring of Fire. He's like, the Ring of what? And the Ring of what is like the Saturn square Mars. Like, oh shit. Okay. So then the Saturn square Mars, and then of course, September 27th, Saturn will be going direct. And Pluto will be going direct October 4th, and Pluto is much slower than this. So they're basically all just sitting still. We're simmering in this shit, and we're getting ready to go into the Ring of Fire. But if you, again, with the reference to Aquaman, look at what Aquaman went through and what he created, right? He ended up getting the trident, and then, you know, being, you know, reigning supreme and being able to communicate with all the ocean people, and, you know, and saving the day. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be any saving the day, but I am saying that we are going to connect to and activate our highest level of consciousness through this. Our spirit is about to be getting much stronger than our ego. And that ego, man, it's a tricky motherfucker. It can really trick us into believing that something is right when it is not right, because we still need to learn the lesson. Now, we still are going to be needing to learn lessons, right? But these lessons are going to become clearer, right? So say like you thought, I don't know, maybe you're wishing an ex will come back, or you're trying to get an old job back, or something from the past is trying to come back, and you thought that it was going to be one way, and then you interact with them or the situation or whatever, and it feels different. You're like, okay, I didn't expect this. What does this mean? And this is when you go within, and you thought this is going to be over, and you're like, okay, it's not over, but why? It's not over in a different way. Why is it not over? Okay, well, now I'm going to have to take a different look at it. And we're going to come back to it from a different place because the energy of our spirit, our higher self, our heart is opened up more, right? We're opening it up more. And we're seeing what's really going on underneath the surface. We're seeing all the bullshit. We're clearing out all the blockages that we had before. And these blockages are ancestral. They're from lifetimes ago. So you just have to remember, okay? You have to remember that what is meant to be will be. And if you resist it, it will persist. And if you are resisting, it's going to get hella fucking bad. Okay? It's going to be fucking intense. Okay. Remaining strong when it all may seem like it's going wrong is a key for me. Discipline in a schedule through a quarantine is a wise idea too. Easier said than done. So yes. Okay. So let's touch on that for a minute. Okay. Strength, discipline, consistency. What is strength? A lot of times, strength from the ego, okay, it can be stubborn. It's pushing through. It's making shit happen. It's doing. Real true strength in the sense of these energies, okay, and real higher vibrational strength is surrender. It is also discipline. It is also creating a structure, okay, but not necessarily like but it's in the intention. It's in the how, okay? No, not power through will, power through inspiration. That's the thing. The will is essentially the ego. Inspiration is from the heart, right? But sometimes we need will to get to the inspiration, right? So these are all the little differentiations that we're going to be making, going to be seeing as we're going through this process. So step into the inspiration. What feels right? And you know what? If it doesn't feel right, is it fear? If it's fear, what do we have to face? What do we have to accept? What do we have to acknowledge? What do we have to purge? What do we have to let go of? These are all the things that are going to be coming up here in the next couple months, going to be hitting us right in the fucking face. It's going to be so obvious you are not going to be able to miss it. Okay? So this is the positive thing about this, right? That's how I roll, baby. This is about being disciplined, but being disciplined in the inspirational heart space. Okay? Bring it forward from self-love. Now, self-love meaning I'm going to feed my body the best nutrients that I can. I'm going to exercise and stretch and keep my body, having good circulation, right? Meditating, keeping my mind clear and strong, all right? Doing things that are productive and that make me feel like I'm serving my purpose to humanity, all right? So, well, okay, tired of getting hit in the face. If you're having that feeling of being tired of getting hit in the face by all these reality checks, then it's time to approach it differently. Okay? That different approach, that the resistance is what makes it fucking hurt. Okay? So this is the universe teaching you. Okay? And trust me, I get it. All right? Like half of the problem is how we approach and how we acknowledge what willpower is, what inspiration is, what the meaning of all these things are, what place we come from, okay? Because up until now, we have kind of come from a dualistic perspective. That's what we've known. And as our DNA gets activated and as we grow and as we learn, we are bringing ourselves into this new vibration where we are learning the significant but minute details of letting go and flowing into it, of activating our heart chakra and not needing to, use our willpower to dive in, okay? Bringing it through. And the process of this astrologically, all right, which I've been doing a lot of work on lately, is understanding the Saturnian influence in our astrological chart. Where is your Saturn in your birth chart, okay? Because Saturn typically, and depending on the aspects involved, Saturn can fixate on the past. Saturn creates control dynamics in relationship to its structure. And Saturn can hold us back. That's why when you have your Saturn return, everything changes because it is just breaking down all these self-limiting control dynamics that are in our energy. Now, the key to activating this release is by going towards the Uranian energy. So where is Uranus in your chart, right? The Uranian energy is essentially Kundalini energy. It's sexual energy. Now, our sexual energy is also our creative energy. Now, how do we go from Saturn to Uranus? Through Chiron. Chiron is the bridge, also known as the rainbow bridge, okay? Saturn represents the 3D world. Uranus represents the multi-dimensional world. Chiron represents the bridge. So how do we go into the Chiron energy to activate the Uranian energy? That is through our vulnerability, right? That is through our ability to feel all these things that we really don't want to fucking feel. But once we identify how we're holding ourselves back, the control dynamics that are keeping us stuck, and then we let ourselves be vulnerable and we cry and we release and we let it out. And this can happen in a multitude of ways, all right? I'll tell you, body work is one great way to release this stuff, because our emotions get stuck in our tissue. And if you want to learn more about that, go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, and download my free ebook, all right? Decrypting the Language of the Human Body. I go deep into detail in that book about all this stuff, all right? But the process of learning how to master the Saturnian energy, releasing the Saturnian energy, being vulnerable into the Chironic energy to activate the Uranian energy, activating that and grounding it back into the Saturnian energy and bring it around in a consistent and continual loop. Now, this process is just like weight training or yoga or any other kind of practice. We have to practice it every day, okay? And this process is the process of ascension, which I actually am going to be putting up on my website tomorrow, a new type of reading, which specifically designed to teach you how to navigate the process of activating and releasing the Saturnian energy, going into the Chironic energy, and activating and grounding the Uranian energy. Okay, and I'm going to put out a separate video on that. And that reading is going to be $99. Okay, so if you guys are interested in really mastering and understanding this process of ascension and going into that energy, go to my website. I got you. Okay, yeah, the book's pretty fucking awesome. Thank you. I agree. So we are heading into this place where all these things are going to come up. But at the end of it, okay, we are going to have the final Jupiter and Pluto conjunction on November 12th, which is the day before Mars goes direct. So the Jupiter and Pluto are going to conjunct. They're both going to be direct. Okay, there's going to be their third and final one. So this is a culmination. And now Jupiter and Pluto is a positive thing as well. Deep and intense, but positive, yes. Okay. Jupiter shines a light on anything that it connects to, anything that it touches, anything that it talks to. So Pluto, and throughout this year, Pluto has been bringing up all this deep, dark. It's the Great Awakening. That is really the Great Awakening energy. So this is going to be a third and final one. I believe that this is that is what's going to bring in the second wave. That's probably right around the time that this freaking vaccine is going to be available, and that's going to cause a whole new slew of shit. Okay. This is where we really have to be in our center, and we really have to be willing to let go and evolve. All right. Because with Mars being basically stationed at that point, all right, it's also going to be with an orb of squaring that energy. This shit is no joke, guys, because the last two, Mars wasn't there. So through this, I'm telling you, man, and this is going to be, what, a week and a half after the election? This shit's going to be crazy. Fucking crazy. All right. So with all that going on, in between that time, we're going to have, let's see, Mars is going to square Pluto on October 7th, and Mars is going to square Jupiter on the 17th. and it's going to square Saturn on the 27th, exact. Okay, and then of course Mars is going to go direct, and there's going to be a third and final square. So we have these two layers of these massive, massive, massive shifts going on, and it's going to last into 2021. But the real threshold, if you will, of where this energy is going to be shifting and transforming is going to be December 21st. All right. Now, there's a lot of I've read a lot of different theories and ideas on exactly what's going on here, but astrologically speaking, that is the day of the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. All right. So Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjuncting at 0 degrees of Aquarius. This is the legit beginning phase of the age of Aquarius. And it just so happens to be on the exact same day when Capricorn is at 0 degrees. I'm sorry, the sun is at 0 degrees of Capricorn, conjunct Mercury. All right. I mean, you can't make this shit up. And, you know, that energy, there's going to be a portal going on there. Supposedly, this is a conjunct. There's many other aspects and layers of things going on, stuff that hasn't happened in 6,000 years. And there's going to be a massive pulse of cosmic energy that is going to come hit the earth, and it's going to elevate our consciousness in a massive way. Now, if we have too much heavy metals in our body, if we are suppressed, if we have like immunosuppression going on, then that's going to make December 21st. That is going to make shit really, really difficult and really tough, and that could really just, this physical vessel is going to be very sensitive to this energy. All right. Anything that is blocking our DNA's ability to upgrade, it's going to short circuit it. Okay. Detoxification is going to be critical. Keep the body clean. All right. We need to be ready to accept this energy. Because I'll tell you what, this whole like 5G thing too, right? And hopefully they've been censoring me anyways, but this shit needs to be talked about. So this higher level technology that's been going on rampant, it hasn't been fully implemented yet, right? They're still putting the stuff in place, but that frequency is also going to influence our DNA, and they've been testing it in different places. We've been seeing the correlation with immune issues in people in large groups. You can go ahead and research it all you want. I recommend that you do that. Don't just take my word for it. Go do your own research. But they're gonna more smear campaigns are gonna come out about all this energy, and we really when this cosmic energy activates our DNA, it's going to increase our ability to to access these extrasensory perceptions. But in order to be able to share these extrasensory perceptions, take, for example, telekinesis, all right? This is going to require that we have full faith and trust, because if we're going to be reading each other's minds, we can't be trying to hide shit. This is why all this shadow stuff is coming out, guys. This is why all this energy is doing this work. It's all leading up to a culmination point. And when this stuff culminates, it's going to give us the opportunity to access these deeper levels of our spiritual gifts, right? So I believe that, coming in the next few years, there are going to be like communities or communes or places where people, we're not going to need 5G. We're all just going to be able to read each other's minds. That may sound nuts, but you know what? That's where the real technology is, in our fucking DNA. The powers that be don't want that shit to get out, right? We are moving into a new world. That is the age of Aquarius. We are going to be able to heal through our energy, okay? All this stuff is being upgraded. And as in the process of getting upgraded, it can look like we're going nuts, or we're losing our shit, or we're getting sick, all right? Or, all this stuff is getting worse, but really it's all the bad stuff that's leaving us so that we have full access to who we are. All right. But we can't be hiding anything. We have to fully embrace ourselves. We have to fully love ourselves. We have to fully accept ourselves. We can't be hiding shit from other people. All right. And when our hearts are open and full, and we're around other people that hearts are open and full, that is the utopia of the age of Aquarius. So this is why I've been preaching community is everything, because the more we create these communities and create trust and create the ability to be vulnerable, Chiron energy, all right, the more we are able to ascend, and the more we are able to just live in this divinely beautiful space. Okay, now none of us have been there, all right, but I do believe it exists, and I do believe it is possible. Okay, so do I believe in God? Are you more spiritual or religious? Well, I mean, those are all three are all the same, in my opinion. Okay, like of course I believe in God, and God is divine energy. And there's spirituality approaches, there's philosophies, there's religions. As long as as long as whatever it is you believe in creates a positive result in your life, I believe that that's true, right? For me personally, I believe that God is an energy. It is an all-knowing, all-loving energy. It's the creator of all things, and we all have it in our hearts. Right? We've just been conditioned to believe certain things that are self-limiting through, people, through the subjectivity of the darkness. And we are clearing all the darkness here in 2020. Now, it's not going to be done in 2021. Like, this is just the beginning. This is just purging out all like the deep, dark, nasty shit. But that stuff has to be cleared. And as we do our own shadow work, right? All the shadow work we're doing is clearing and transmuting that energy to raise the collective vibration. So this is why it is so important for all of us to be doing our inner work. It is an energetic field. It is an energetic process. So Mars retrograde, what we're coming into this week, is our opportunity to really step into the work. We are spiritual warriors. This is spiritual boot camp. Okay, we are stepping in to what our potential can be, and we don't know. We don't like the things that can happen are completely unknown to us. But imagine the fucking shit that we can create in our universe, in our world, when we all come together, when we all open our heart, we all allow ourselves to be vulnerable and free, because that's what we all really fucking want at the very core. So let's do it. Do your work. This next 3 months, this is the time to do the work. Okay? We need to step up to the plate, and we need to make this shit happen now. So we have a lot of opportunity here, guys. We have a lot of opportunity. We have a lot of great things that can happen. We just have to remember, that we have to stay focused. We have to connect to community. And of course, opportunity community is where it's at. Please feel free to check out my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, and, jump on that community, because that's what we do. We help each other grow. We help each other evolve. I can't tell you how many people I've seen, and helped and worked with, and they were, and they've helped me, break through barriers, face shit, feel shit, get triggered, be okay in the trigger. All right. Learn how to navigate the triggers. The triggers are the way. And Mars retrograde is going to be, trigger central, on fucking steroids. All right. So, but as we master the triggers, as we really accept it and get real with it, those triggers turn into opportunities. They turn into beautiful things. They turn into, a new life. So we are stepping into an opportunity to create a brand new life. And the brand new life threshold begins December 21st, guys. Okay. Big things coming, big things happening. All right. Also, I want to let you guys know that my level 2 astrology course is going to be up and running tomorrow. I will send out a special notification, 20% off level 1 and 2. Now, level 1 is all about houses and planets, understanding the foundation. Okay. Level 2 is about aspects, orbs, understanding channeling energy. Okay. And going into Chiron. I go deep into Chiron because I really believe and feel that really connecting to and understanding the process of working with the chirotic energy, this deep vulnerability within us all, is how we break through the limitations of all the rest of the planets and all of our shadow work that we have to face and go through. And right now, that shadow work is everything. And the more we understand it, the better we can navigate it. Okay. So check out my level 1, level 2 astrology, 20% off, okay, for the next 7 days. And I'm also going to be offering a new type of reading, called a Chiron Ascension reading, okay, specifically designed to help you identify the Saturnian, Uranian, and Chironic energies, to process them and to navigate that process. All right. We are all experiencing a collective, the new okay Karen, okay Chiron, that's fucking great. We are all experiencing basically like a Saturn return this year, right? The Saturn-Pluto conjunction has the same effect on the collective unconscious, or a similar effect, I should say, as Saturn return. So this Mars square Saturn, Mars square Pluto, Mars square Jupiter is another layer sandwiching on top of this collective Saturn return. So if you are actually having your Saturn return, your Uranus opposition, your Pluto square, or your Chiron return, all right, this is going to amplify that tenfold, as it already has been. So you're already doing the work anyways, because really the universe won't fucking leave any of us alone. But it's a good thing. So stick with it. You got this. Discipline, inspiration, loving yourself, eating healthy, okay? Feeding your body and your mind what it needs, avoiding what will break it down or destroy it. These bad habits gotta fucking go. In the next 3 months, this is going to fucking keep bringing up these bad habits into our face, and eventually it's gonna, sorry dude, like we're either gonna purge it or it's gonna purge us. Okay, like that's where we're at. So keep doing the work, and I love you all very much. I appreciate you guys for coming on here. Please, if you resonate with these messages and you feel that they're of benefit, share it, like it, subscribe. If you would like a reading from me, or if you would like to jump on and download my level 1, level 2 astrology course and get that 20% discount, hop on that now. Okay. And let's all do this work together, baby. Join the opportunity community. I love working with you all and doing this work and making the world a better fucking place. On that note, namaste. Have a great week, guys. All right. Now let's see how I can turn this shit off. All right. There we go. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. Love you all. Mwah.